Have you ever noticed that most wildly successful men aren't just rich, smart, or talented? They're tall, like really tall. It's not your imagination. There's a hidden advantage to height, and it's everywhere. In America, the average male height is about 5 feet 9 inches. But in the worlds of politics, Hollywood, sports, and even dating shows, the guys who rise to the top tend to tower over the rest. So, is being tall the real secret to success? Studies show tall men are often seen as more intelligent, more confident, more dominant, and even more competent, regardless of their actual skills. It's called height bias, and it's baked deep into our brains. From childhood, we associate height with leadership. Want to win an election? It helps to stand tall, literally. The taller U.S. presidential candidate has won the popular vote more than 60% of the time. Barack Obama, 6'1". Donald Trump, 6'3". Abraham Lincoln, a towering 6'4". Even George Washington stood out at 6'2", back when the average man was closer to 5'6". Coincidence? Hardly. Hollywood loves a tall lead. The Rock, 6'5". Chris Hemsworth, 6'3". Jason Momoa, 6'4". And when they're not tall, like Tom Cruise, 5'7", directors pull tricks, platform shoes, camera angles, and risers, just to make them look like they are. In sports, height is a weapon. In basketball, it's obvious. LeBron James is 6'9", Kevin Durant is 6'10". But even in football, quarterbacks like Tom Brady, 6'4", and Patrick Mahomes, 6'2", tower over defenders. In boxing, Tyson Fury is a freakish 6'9". Being tall doesn't guarantee talent, but it definitely tilts the ring. Even in the corporate world, height quietly plays its part. Elon Musk, 6'1". Tim Cook, Apple CEO, 6'0". Howard Schultz, Starbucks, 6'0". A 2004 study found that each inch of height is associated with about $800 more in annual salary, and CEOs are, on average, taller than the general population. That's not a coincidence. That's perception bias. Why do we favor tall men? Evolution. In ancient tribes, the tallest males often became leaders or protectors. Their height was both a physical advantage and a psychological signal. Fast forward 10,000 years, and that instinct still whispers in our decisions. One study from the University of Florida found that taller men are more likely to be promoted to leadership roles. Another study in the Journal of Applied Psychology showed that tall men earn more over their lifetime, simply because they're perceived as more commanding. Let's take a little field trip, back to the living room, the playground, and the schoolyard. That's right, the first height bias doesn't happen in the boardroom. It happens at home. Picture two brothers. One's tall for his age and the other slightly shorter. Who do you think the parents subtly lean on when it's time to carry groceries or walk little sis to school? Yup, tall one's the protector, the leader. He's told to act mature, watch over your siblings. You're the big guy now. Meanwhile, the shorter one becomes the jester, the clever negotiator, the one who makes everyone laugh at dinner. This isn't just parenting. This is social programming in action. A lot of tall boys grow up being groomed for leadership without realizing it. They get more eye contact from teachers. They're chosen as team captains even if they're mediocre players. And guess what? They internalize it. By the time they hit adulthood, they've had a lifetime of being treated like they're in charge. Height isn't just a physical trait. It becomes a psychological license to lead. That's why success often looks tall. Not because tall men are better, but because they were told they were earlier, louder, and longer than anyone else. And that programming sticks. So, the next time your mom says, "Let your tall brother handle it," just know, she might have given him his first CEO role. But don't get it twisted. Height helps, but it's not everything. Jeff Bezos, 5'7". Mark Zuckerberg, 5'7". Warren Buffett, 5'10". They didn't need height. They had vision, strategy, and timing. Brains over brawn, always. In dating, the preference for tall men is loud and clear. Studies show most women on dating apps list 6'0" as the ideal height, and many openly filter out men under 5'10". Even in famous reality shows such as Pop the Balloon or Find Love, 9 times out of 10, tall guys get picked first. Why? Presence is equal to preference. Social status today isn't about spears and thrones. It's LinkedIn, Tinder, and TikTok. But the instinct for tall equals strong, safe, successful, still running the show. So, is being tall an unfair head start? Kind of. But it's just one piece of the puzzle. Success still demands grind, charisma, intelligence, and resilience. Height opens doors, but it's what you say and do once inside that matters. Height can't save you from bad decisions. Just ask any 6'4" actor who faded after one hit. And it can't stop a 5'6" genius from changing the world. There are tall failures and short legends. Don't let inches define your ambition. Want the secret? Think tall. Stand up straight. Dress to elongate your frame. Speak with confidence. Command attention with presence, not just posture. You don't need height to stand above the crowd. You just need to carry yourself like you do. Height gives you a boost, sure, but the true giants are those who stand for something, who build, who lead, who inspire. Tall isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. Like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of success. Stay tall, or just think tall.